My name is Glorianna Noland, and I'm a senior emphasizing in advertising and public relations concentration. So AAF, or the American Advertising Federation, is the largest trade advertising association in the United States. They are filled to the brim with a bunch of different programs and initiatives like the Advertising Hall of Fame, the Addies, and just a bunch of other opportunities for both professionals and students to work together. So it's really fun. I like it a lot. I won a lot. I think at this point I have over 16 awards. I don't know what the title was called, but it was for a campaign that I submitted, art direction. And it was a lot of work, but it paid off really well, and I have the awards to show for it, so I'm happy.
My name is Jennifer Goetz. I am the Assistant State Treasurer to Lynn Rogers and the former president of the American Advertising Federation Topeka chapter. So yeah, that's me in the very short nutshell. A couple of the biggest things that I would say are really important for students from a resource perspective is that once you get involved with AdFed, it's very much designed for networking. I know networking, especially when you're in the, let's give it the 18 to 24-year-old age range, is kind of like, how do I do this? Because you're trying to get through college at the same time that you're figuring out your own identity, and then that's going to change 16 more times by the time you get to be my age, but I digress. The point is that if you can get involved with a club like AdFed as a student, you get the opportunity to talk to people that have been in the game for a little while and say, okay, what worked, what didn't? Can you review my portfolio? Could you check out my resume? And get that peer-reviewed feedback while you're trying to figure out what does your creative life look like and feel like going forward as a professional. The other thing that's really important about being involved in AdFed is the Addies. And it's not just because, cool, you're getting an award. It's that's kind of the one time a year that all the professionals get into a room and they're not fighting each other for clients and they're not fighting each other for business. And I don't say that disrespectfully, it's business. But they all get together, they have a drink or two, they're relaxed. It's just a chance to hang out and see what everybody's doing. That is inevitably face time for a student to potentially find a job, because if they can see how you present yourself at an awards ceremony and then they get to see your work on stage if you win, that's huge. We always would giggle when the entries would start to roll in and we'd go, oh, there's the Noland sisters. So we had figured out whose work was who, like we could start to see without looking at the name, we could start to see, we were like, oh, yep, that's gotta be a Noland right there. And then we would look at the entry and be like, yep, it's a Noland. It's been really fun to have a great partnership with Washburn because we have started to, be able to identify creative identities as we start to see the work come in, so. Do you need me to?